Hi, welcome back to my little accordion hangout. Today we're going to go through some of the changes that I made to Satin, the fake book song. I found 3 different copies in the fake book of Satin, and they're all pretty undesirable. not to make light of the song. It's a beautiful song. And so with that in mind, I'm going to play it for you so you understand where I'm coming from. I've dressed this up and I've added some things. Perhaps you'll get interested here. I'm going to start with Duke Ellington, who wrote the song. I'm going to start with his intro and we'll see where that goes. Okay. As I mentioned, I used Ellington's original opening, his introduction. And what I've also done, I've added another, I think, pretty powerful introduction as an alternate. So if you care to use it, that's fine. But I've kind of worked it out in 2 ways. One is a single note manner, and that's okay. So, let me play it for you. Goes right into it. Let me do that one more time. I told you that's in single notes. Now I have the ability to play some chords on it, and it kind of, depending on what your skill level is, it can come out pretty smashing, but let's try it. I'm going to try some 4-note chords here. Yeah, and then of course it's a little quicker, and the sound might be a little fuller, but so that's the way it goes. And then the song starts right in, A chorus. I'm going to be posting the music and these changes and my suggestions on the screen, just like I have in the past. So here's that first section, and what I've tried to do is I've notated this in usually 3-note chords, because I don't want to get too difficult, too fancy, that kind of thing. And I've tried to give you some spreading out on the chord changes. What I mean by that is I've tried to expand the sound on these 3-note chords with the bass in conjunction, so it might sound a little fuller and it might be a little easier to play. notice here also that I've included some, to this particular section, I've included some different endings, some alternate endings. Let me just play that for you so you get an idea what I'm talking about. That first ending sounds like this again. Then it goes back. That would be the second chorus. So let's try the, let's just say we're on the first chorus again. And I'm gonna play my second alternate ending for you. That's it. It's explained in the music. Let me take the third alternate ending I gave you for that. Now again, all these little suggestions are for the first time, the first chorus. Okay? That's the third option that I've given you. You know, it's a little more spread out, and it's kind of chromatic, as is the second suggested ending to that part. So, okay, let's say we played the first chorus. Now we're going to use the second ending, all right? And I'll just kind of get into that for you. Yeah, that's, again, it's kind of up chromatically and down. But I've used three note chords there, and, you know, I think you can manage that. I wanted to point out also one other thing that you'll see in my music here is I've included a portion of the lyrics. See where it talks about cigarette holder, which wigs me. The reason I did that is because there was one composer by the name of Vernon Duke. He's a very famous, collaborator with George Gershwin. But at his rehearsals, he would always insist that the musicians be familiar with the lyrics. And the reason why is because, you know, this may help you with your rhythm and the meaning of the song and how it should be played. The lyrics kind of talk to that. You know, if you think about it, I don't want to get too into that, but that's just an idea. And on this particular song, it's got to be played, you know, like Satin Doll has to be played. So, all right, let's go to the bridge now. That's my part right there. Let's try that again. I added that. Then the new part, as it goes down the music here. That last measure that I played, I could see the band stand up and say, Scooby-Dooby. That's kind of what it's supposed to be like, and that's how it's supposed to be played. So let me take it from the top of the bridge, and I'll get through this for you. Yeah, all right, so, and then we get on to a repetition of that first chorus. for the last 8 bars. But I've done something different here. I remember many years ago being on the south side of Chicago, playing with a very professional, excuse me, tenor player. And he used to tour with the big bands and that kind of thing, you know. And we were playing this song, and all of a sudden, I heard him play the chorus this way, which I've notated for you. Again, it's just kind of a small thing, but it really changes the whole thing in a sense. It makes it more palatable to the ear. Maybe you shake your foot a little bit differently because it's different. Yeah. All right, and I've included an ending. You'll see it on the screen, and I'm pretty sure I borrowed this from Perdido, but we'll see. We'll see how it sounds. Let me take it from what I'm calling the big band phrase. I think that ending moves a bit, and I like it. So there you have it. Those are the changes that I'm suggesting, and what I want you to remember. I've had some questions in the past about my left hand, and I'm going to show you what I do and why I do it. I've been doing this for years. I don't even think about it anymore, really. But, we all play 1, 2, 3, 4, or bass chord. But on most songs, what I do is I'll play the bass and chord together. And my old instructor used to do that, and that's where I caught the habit. But one of the reasons kind of behind that is you hear it. You can get more syncopation in there with the right and the left hand, and it's modeled after the old guitar players that used to play in these small groups, you know. It's like the Django Reinhardts, you hear jump, 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 jump. It's just a rhythm in the background, which is what I do. So, you don't have to do it, but again, that might be a little tip for you. And I think that you have enough to work on here. This is a nice song. So I hope you enjoyed what I did. And if you did enjoy it, and you're not a subscriber to me, I wish you would, play around with those black buttons that you see, and join me, subscribe to me. It makes me, it gives me a lot of enlightenment, and gives me some courage to go on, and it allows me an opportunity to figure out what you think of these little programs. And also, I would like to urge you, if you have any questions or comments, please forward them, and I'll be happy to answer. In the meantime, have a great day. Bye.